Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today, I've got a special treat for you. We are going to be looking at a lightsaber from Saber-Universe. This is a brand new lightsaber that you can pre-order now called the Silver Revenger. We're going to be showing you what comes in the box, and we're going to go through some of its features, and we're going to be talking about some of the sale prices and a discount code that you can use if you want to get 10% off. And if you like what you see here, you can click on the link down in the video description below. Also, I want to point out that they did send this to me for free, so I did not pay for this. So keep that in mind. However, my opinions are my own. So they did send it to me, but I'm under no obligation to give it a favorable or unfavorable review. So I'm just gonna let you guys see it, make up your own mind, and I'll give you my thoughts as well. Let's take a look at this saber. All right, so we're gonna open up this box and show you guys what you can expect to see if you do order a saber from Saber-Universe. We have our hilt right here. Now, this is a brand new design, and this is called the Silver Revenger. Now, this thing is very, very pretty. Nice black and silver. This is actually an aluminum hilt here, and I love the colors. I love the grips that are here too, because you can grip those very easily. It's also, it's not too wide, and the reason I say that is because comparing this to some of the Star Wars Black Series from Hasbro sabers that are like you have to grab, like you almost like your fingers can't touch because they're so thick around. This one is, you can really easily get a good grip on it. Even smaller hands should be able to grab these, no problem. I have very large hands, so I usually don't have too much of a problem either way. But we got a really nice finish on this handle. Also, at the tip here, if you'll notice, if I turn this upside down, it certainly appears to draw some inspiration from Mandalorian descent, perhaps. If you guys are familiar with Din Djarin and the Mandalorian, this one might kind of strike your fancy a little bit. That's certainly what I think they were going with. This is very, very cool looking. So I like the fact that it kind of fits in there, and so you have that extra little flare on the front. We have our switch here, and I'll be activating that here shortly. And there's some other features in this that we're going to take a look. But let me set this aside for a moment, and we'll pull out the rest of the bits, because there are some other pieces that we need to look at. We do have a polycarbonate blade here. This is, from what I understand, this is a blade that you can duel with. So and it has a little bit of the kind of slightly pointed tip right there, but you're not gonna put anybody's eye out with that. So it seems like it's safe enough to duel with. It is kind of hollow in here, so you can, the light is gonna go up into that. All right, now we also have some accessories. We have a USB charger. We have some rings and some screw bits and an Allen wrench, and those are going to be to fix the blade. And we have some really helpful instructions here that are going to give you a lot of, this is just really cool stuff. We're basically on how to operate the thing, and I'll kind of run through those as well, because there's a lot that this can do. So let's take a closer look. So looking closer, first I want to talk about the bottom here. If you notice, this is numbered. Now there is a limited run of the first 10,000 of these sold are going to be numbered. So every one that you get, if you're within the first 10,000, you're going to have a completely unique number on here, which is very, very cool. Also, because this is the Silver Revenger, every 1,000 lightsabers will be an ultra rare. So if you happen to get the number 1,000 or the number 2,000, so on and so forth, you're going to get a golden version of this, which will be ultra rare. And so that is pretty cool. Your chances of getting that are only about, what, 1 in 1,000? So that's kind of a little added bonus to see if you get. But either way, you're going to have your own number. So my number here is 62. Which is pretty cool. Now this does come apart, so these are very modular, and so if you were to buy 2 of these, for example, you could disconnect this here, and this has these little holes for the sound to go through, because there is a sound card in here as well, and we could there's a coupler that you can get. So if you buy 2 of these and you want to make a staff, they have a deal going on the website. If you buy 2, you get the coupler for free. And so then you can fix that. This will screw back in, and easy peasy, no problem there. Then also, this is the center port. This also unscrews. And we're going to get a look at some of the circuitry and the sound card that's in here. And man, this is going to be so much fun playing with this thing. All right, so a couple of things you're going to notice in here. First off, we have this is our little USB charging port. So if we're going to charge it, we'll plug this in right here, and you don't have to worry about AA batteries on this thing. And of course, our card is there. Now, there's not a whole lot you have to do once you're inside here. This is just to charge it, so you'll periodically want to do that. And then this can screw back on very easily. The last part on here I want to talk about, let me get this re-screwed on, is well, we have our button right here, which we're going to talk more about the button when we get to operation. The last part I want to talk about is affixing the blade. We have these 3 screws right here. I went ahead and I put these in part way already, but there is extras, and there's also some rings that you can use if you want to do that as well. But all right, so we'll just slide this in, and we can even see it through the lights of the Mando helmet there. And then we can just lock these in, and boop. And we'll do that on all 3, and then it is nice and secured and good to go. Now, once you've got it fully assembled, you are ready to rock. Now, I also want to point out, before I start playing around with this thing and showing you guys some of the features, you actually can operate this without the blade in there. It still functions as a flashlight. You can still, you can still swing it around and do everything without the blade, but I think it's more fun to demo it with the blade in, so we're going to do that instead. So we're going to turn it on. We've got to hold it for 1 second to power it up. Now, once we hold it for the 1 second and power it up, you can see this little blue ring around here. That means it's ready for activation because it was in battery saver mode. So it's it's not wasting your battery, so you don't have to charge it every day. And we're going to go ahead and fire this thing up. Oh man, it's beautiful. It's very, very cool. Now, it may sound a little quiet to you, as I have been, I'm not going to lie, I've been going through some of the settings, and you can change the colors on this, you can change the sounds, you can put background music on it. There's lots of really fun stuff you can do. But I've settled on the cyan color, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And so, you notice how I'm moving it? And it swings around as I move it. Very easy. I don't have to like bang it against anything in order for it to make noise, which is really, really cool. Now, I can do a couple of things when it's going. I can tap the button once for like a blast or deflect. Very, very cool. And so that's fun. We can also change it. If I hold the button a couple of seconds and then start tapping it, we can start cycling through all the different colors available. So very cool. And of course, if I spin it around towards me, then it looks like Mando's kind of got his eyes glowing, right? There's the white. We got lots of different colors with this thing. I'm not going to be able to even get through all of the different features. It's just really cool. I actually have a sound effect going right now where it's kind of like a bubbly, like a lab, a kind of bubbly lab. Look at this. It's so pretty. I'll turn the lights down a little bit later and show you guys, I'll run through some more of the color spectrum, which is very, very cool. So I want to go through some of the sound settings. We're going to hold the power button down to cycle through the volume settings. Whoa, I held it too long. If you hold it 2 seconds, it cycles through the sound card options. And so if you hold it for 1 second, it cycles through the volume. If you hold it for 2 seconds, it cycles through the different sound card profiles. So you could be like somebody else's lightsaber. So let's see.
High volume.
High volume. There we go. So I turned it up to high. It was at medium it was at low volume. So you can be mute, low volume, or high volume. Now I want to go through some of the different sound card settings. Oh, that's hilarious. So it plays a sound effect. So it does have a Jurassic Park sound effect. Now there are dozens of different sound profiles, and I just I just happened to get the Jurassic Park one. I think that's the only one that's like not Star Wars. The rest, but for laughs, I'll go ahead and show you the Jurassic Park one. So when you this is like a raptor sound when you all right, that's hilarious. I'm gonna show you guys some different ones. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love that.
Tell me, is this training? My training? No, always training. The universe is.
Oh, so this is I think this is Luke's. Now, there are more traditional ones. I believe this one's Anakin Skywalker. All right, and so you hold it for about 4 seconds. That's going to turn it on, and then you can cycle through a couple of more.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Oh, I think this may be Kylo Ren. Oh yeah, you can hear it sizzle. And of course, I should probably change the color if I'm going to do Kylo Ren, right? Well, maybe. It depends on how you want to do it. You can be whoever you want to be. You can even be a raptor-wielding Jedi if you want. Another really cool thing about this is if you want, you can have it play some ambient background music while you're like demonstrating it, playing or dueling somebody. And so if you hold it for a couple of seconds, 2, 3, there it goes. So you can play all this stuff while you're doing it. Now let's go ahead and do it. And it'll keep playing that the whole time. You can make that stop by, you just got to hold it for a couple of seconds and get it to do a hard shutdown. And then, of course, you can stop the background music as well. But if you really want to do some thematic stuff and have a really good time with it, you can do that as well. All right, so now I want to talk about some of the features. We're just going to kind of run through it, fire it up, and kind of show you guys some of the different colors and lock-up features and all of that. So this is locking up. 1, 2. All right, so this is pretty cool. So this is like if we want to be locked up with somebody else in a duel. Pretty fun, huh? And next is if you hold it for 2 seconds, then continue to tap the button, you can cycle through all the different colors. So we can go with more of a orange here. Woo, I like the orange look. We've got, this is more Mace Windu kind of amethyst right here. This is more of a darker orange, almost red. Another purple. There's subtle different shades. This one's a very, I can't tell if this is like white or just a very, very, very light blue. We got the darker blue here. I like this one. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorites. And of course, classic Sith red here. With the lighting, I feel like it looks more orangey here, but this is definitely red. You can see the glow off of my face, right? This is a dark red right there. Yeah. And we got a yellow right here. All right, I like the yellow. This is very like Temple Guard inspired. Oh, and then of course the cyan. This is my favorite one. This is where we're gonna keep it for right now. I like it. And then to shut it off, we go just like that. Very fun. So now I've gone ahead and taken the blade out because I want to show you guys a little bit more about how you can operate this without the blade, because that's also something I said I wanted to look at, because I think it's kind of cool to be able to use it as a flashlight, or just to be able to maybe you don't always want to have the blade in there. But before I do that, I want to talk about where you can get this, when you can pre-order this. Now, this is going to be available for $189.95, which is already a very good price if you can, especially if you compare this to the cost of some of the Disney sabers or the Hasbro Black Series sabers. The amount of features you get on this are very, very good. However, if you pre-order it from November 4th through November 13th of 2022, it'll be pre-order price is $159.95. So that's a pretty darn good price. And also, you're going to save 10% if you use code Crabbok10, Crabbok 10. So I'm going to have links for all of that in the video description below. So don't forget to use that code. That's going to save you an additional 10% off of that pre-order price already. And maybe you'll get one of those special numbered. Remember that limited edition on the thousands. So you might end up getting a gold version of this. Either way, I really like the silver. It's very, very indicative of Mando. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Look at that. So you can still use this thing without having the blade in if you want. But yeah, it's very much kind of like a flashlight aspect in there. And so you're getting these very, very ultra bright lights that are coming out. That's why it's able to light up the polycarbonate blade so much. So very, very fun stuff. So you can, and it still has all the motion sensor in the handle. So you don't need the blade in to be able to do a lot of the effects that it can do, which I think is very, very cool. So again, November 4th through the 13th, you can order this for a significant discount of only $159.95. And you can use that code Crabbok10 on this or any other saber they have at Saber-Universe. That's going to be good for any extra blades that you want to get and anything else that you're interested in. Again, they make amazing holiday gifts. So if you're thinking about if you've been looking at a saber, one that you want for cosplay, one that you want for fighting, one that you just want as a kind of a replica or a decoration for your home, or something to just to pull out once in a while and to show your friends. I mean, that's we all want to do that, right? This makes for a fantastic addition to your collection. I love the size of the hilts. I love the way that they feel in your hand. It's definitely, I'm gonna say this, and again, I'm not being paid to say this, but this is probably the most impressive saber I have ever had, and I've got quite a few in my collection. So I really, really like this thing, and I don't think you'll be disappointed if you check them out. Head over to Saber-Universe and check it out. And again, big thanks for Saber-Universe for sending this out. I really do like it. If you guys want to send me any more, I would love to review those too, because these are super groovy sabers. But I mean, this is just a real nice piece, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this in the future. But my kids, I'm not gonna let them play with. Well, maybe when they get old, if they do really, really good and if they get all these on the report card, I may let them hold it once. But I'm going to keep this one a little bit farther away from the kids. All right, you guys, that's about it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons who helped make this possible. And may the force be with you. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. All right, so now we're going to... Whoa, be careful with that thing. I swear this never happens. You're just so pretty.